Hello my YouTube family, welcome to yet another video. In today's video I will be showing you how to bake the simplest, easiest bread that you can possibly ever try. Like, it's super simple. We are making Italian bread today. I was watching a lot of videos on how to make this and I tried it a couple of times and I like it very much. So without wasting any of your time, we are going to get into the video. I will show you each and every ingredient that you're going to need and each and every step. Please be sure to watch all the steps because there's some tricks and tips that I leave there on how to make your bread fluffy and soft. To the new guys, please join this family by pressing the subscribe button down below. It's a red button under there. It won't cost you anything. It just supports me and it really helps me a lot. I love you very much and I hope you enjoy the video. You are going to need 2 cups of cake wheat flour, 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar. If you prefer your bread less sweet, I suggest that you only add 2 tablespoons. And then you are going to need 1 teaspoon of salt. And then most importantly, you are going to need dry instant yeast, which we are adding 1.5 teaspoons of that, and then warm water, and we will be using 300 milliliters of warm water, and then an oil of your choice, of which we added 1 tablespoon. So you are going to start off by just putting 2 cups of flour into your large bowl, and then this is going to be followed up by 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then your sugar goes in, and then after this we are adding that 1.5 teaspoons of instant dry yeast, and then just giving everything a quick stir. And then we are going to be adding 1 tablespoon of our oil. I used canola oil, and then add the water in parts and start mixing. We are using 300 milliliters of water in total, and your water has to be warm, not hot but warm. And then we are going to give everything a very good mix. So with the mixing, you really have to be patient because bread dough, you really need to work it very well. So I just keep mixing and mixing. So we are also going to need to go in with our hands because we are going to be working the dough as if we are kneading it. And while we are doing that, you will need to also have like a bowl of flour by your side that you are going to be adding slowly until your dough does not stick to the sides of your dish. So I just have that bowl of flour on the side, and then we just mix, adding in the flour bit by bit. You will know when to stop adding the flour and mixing once the dough does not stick very much to the sides but sort of lifts much more easily from the sides of the bowl. So this process of mixing really does take some while, and I do recommend that you be patient so that your bread must turn out nice and soft. So I just keep sprinkling some of the flour. It does get a bit messy, but we work. So once your dough does not stick too much to the sides of your bowl, you're going to cover it and let it rest for at least 2 hours in a warm environment. So after that time, your flour would have risen at least 2 times bigger than it initially was. And then we're just going to spread some flour on a surface and then tip over your dough onto that surface, and then we are going to do that kneading process after your flour has proofed again. So we are just going to make the dough a little bit thicker again. So we just sprinkle it with a bit of flour and make sure your surface is not sticking. You can also put some flour on your hands because the flour will most likely stick to your hands as well. So you just keep kneading and kneading while using the flour on your surface. So when you start getting a springy dough, that's when you know you are almost done. I'm just adding more flour so that my dough does not stick. So that's what you want from your dough. So now I am just creating an elongated rectangle, and then just folding in from both sides of my dough, and then I just roll it a little bit, and then this is going to go onto your pan. You can also taper it to the ends. You can also divide this dough into 2 and make 2 smaller loaves instead of 1 long loaf. Yeah. So now I am just brushing off the excess flour, but we are not too concerned about excess flour because it also gives the bread like a very nice Italian look, you know. So my pan is just sprayed with some cooking spray, baking spray, non-stick spray, and then I just put my loaf. You can then cut the top of your loaf, but this cutting is just to make things look pretty. It's really not necessary at all, and my knives are not sharp, so I coat my knife with some flour so that it does not stick while I am cutting through the loaf. You can also use scissors just to cut the top, and you can use a bread knife, should work better, not my knife. So you are also going to cover your dough once it's on the tray again and let it rise one last time. This time it will only take you 15 to 20 minutes to let it rise properly. So now this is my dough after it rose for 15 minutes. I'm just putting flour on my hands and shaping it again because it will like rise a bit more and lose a bit of shape while you are proofing it again. So now I baked this bread for about 45 minutes in the middle tray for 180 degrees Celsius, and then this was the bread at the end. It's really squishy and soft. I like to toast it and serve it with soups. I will show you next week how to make butternut soup that I like to eat with this type of bread while toasted. Yum. Hi guys, we have reached to the end of our video today. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you do try bake this bread. I really enjoy serving this bread with like stews, with soups. I recently made a very gorgeous butternut soup, of which I'll be uploading the video next week. I also like eating this bread with it. You can toast it, have it for breakfast. You can incorporate it into your dinners and serve it with other savory things. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment and share, and you can stick around for a little bit longer and watch the rest of my videos, which will be somewhere on the screen. We have a lot of content and I'm sure you would want to watch it. Anyway, bye.